صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Today we would like to request all the youth and the parents. This is your chance to ask questions to these brothers. On the right, we have Dr. Muhammad Yunus. He's the president of the Islamic Circle of North America, father of 8 children. Zulfikar Ali Shah, he's a professor at the University of North Florida. Mukhtar Maghrawi and Ammar Atiyah, who was involved in the MSAs and who has gone through the American college system, so he's knowledgeable about this system. So youth, this program was designed for you by young Muslims so you could get a chance to speak out and ask your questions. Because what happens in this society in America is that there tends to be a communication gap between the parents and the youth. Because most of our parents, they come from overseas and they fail to realize some of the problems that we go through in the schools and outside. We were going to have a skit today, but I'd like to apologize for that. The brothers who were going to prepare that, they didn't get to prepare it on time. But basically, in that skit, they had they told me the theme so I could tell you guys and you could get a gist of what was going on. The theme was that the storyline was a youth. His parents were sending him off to college for the first time. And then he was going off to college, and when he got there, he met some friends and some good friends, and they were like, come to the masjid and we have halakas every week. And he was like, okay, yes, I'll try to make it. So then eventually he goes to the halakas, and at the halakah the brothers are reading Quran. But when it comes his turn to read the Quran, he can't read, and he becomes very embarrassed. And this is reality that even I go to the University of Florida, and we have halakas there as well. And a lot of guys, they don't come to the halakas because they have that fear, the fear of ridicule, that because they haven't really been taught how to read Quran or even how to pray. And this is really sad. And so on in the play, he then meets another group of friends, the bad guys, who say, no, you don't need to go to a halakah, let's go out, we'll have a good time, whatever, whatnot. So then he gets caught up in some non-halal activities. And then so on, he comes back home and he calls his dad and he says, Abu, I did this, something really bad. And his father's like, why did you do that? I only told you to study, be a doctor, be an engineer, don't worry about anything else. And he's like, well, Abu, you didn't, I'm so embarrassed. I went to a halakah, I couldn't read Quran, I don't even know how to pray. You didn't teach me any of these things in my youth. What am I supposed to do now? And this is the reality that's going on. The parents and the youth, we have to develop the communication link. Right now, what tends to happen in the society, or a lot of times, I'm throwing out some generalizations, but a lot of parents, they just look at their kid and they're like, just study. So the kids, they develop this stereotypical role of their parents, which is like an instrumental role. Oh, I only need to go to Abu and Ammi for money, that's all. If they have a problem, they go to their friends. And especially in the southeast zone, there's no other Muslims in the school system. I went to a school with 400 people in this really small town called Bonifay. Nobody even knows where that's at. There's only two or three other Muslims, and they were my sisters and my brothers. And so I had no other friends to turn to or anything. But this is what happens here. And so what I'm asking the parents is that you have to develop, and the youth too, make that extra effort to develop a communication link with your parents, because your family is all you have. And so right now I'll turn to the questions that we have here.